Today on Sugar Spun Run, I'll be showing you how to make chocolate chip peanut butter muffins. Hey Sugar Spun Bakers, Sam here, and today I have a super soft, moist, flavorful recipe for peanut butter muffins. Really think you're going to love this one. It's very easy, no electric mixer or stand mixer required, so let's go ahead and get started. Now the first thing you want to do is preheat your oven to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, you're going to want to grab a clean, large mixing bowl. We'll add 1 1/4 cups of creamy peanut butter. Then you'll need 1/2 cup of granulated sugar and 1/2 cup of firmly packed light or dark brown sugar. Now, if you don't have brown sugar, you can substitute this with an equal amount of additional granulated sugar. You'll need a 1/2 cup of a neutral oil, like vegetable oil or canola oil. And then we'll stir everything together until our ingredients are nicely combined. Now we'll add in 2 large eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Make sure everything's nicely combined again. Break up those yolks. I've been getting a lot of criticism recently for the way that I say egg. Evidently, you don't do the long A, it's supposed to be egg, but I'll work on it, but I don't think it's gonna change, honestly. You'll also need 1 cup of whole milk, and we'll stir this in. It'll take a little bit of coaxing to get this incorporated with the rest of our ingredients, but just keep stirring gently so you don't splash it everywhere, and everything will come together. All right, we'll set these wet ingredients aside, and you're going to need a separate bowl for your dry ingredients. You're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. We'll add a tablespoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of salt. Whisk everything together. All right, so once you have your dry ingredients in a bowl nicely combined, your wet ingredients nicely combined in a bowl, we are going to combine these. Now, as with most muffins, you want to be careful that you don't overmix or they'll end up dry, so we're just going to gently stir everything together. So I like to add all of my flour all at once and just gently begin to fold the ingredients together. It smells really good, I'll tell you that. So because you don't want to overmix your ingredients here, once I have the flour mixture about 50% of the way combined, here's where I'll add my chocolate chips. Now, I like to use milk chocolate chips just because milk chocolate and peanut butter go together so well, but you can use semi-sweet instead. You'll need 2 cups, and we'll stir them in at this point. Nothing better than peanut butter and chocolate. So we're just stirring until that flour is completely incorporated, but we don't want to overdo it. So once you have everything combined, now we're going to go ahead and portion out our muffin batter into our muffin tin. I recommend lining your muffin tin with paper liners. I have a link to make your own paper liners if you don't happen to have any of these on hand, or you can grease and flour each muffin tin cavity. I like to use an ice cream scoop to portion my batter, just makes the job a little bit easier. And we'll fill each of these muffin liners about 3/4 of the way full. This recipe makes enough for about 18 muffins, so if you don't have 2 muffin tins, you can just bake your first batch, go ahead, let them cool, and then you can go ahead and bake the rest of your batter. Now, if you'd like, you can sprinkle these muffins with a little bit of granulated sugar before you toss them into the oven, and of course, I'm going to be doing that. Can't have too much sugar, right? I bet a couple doctors would disagree with me on that. All right, now we'll take these over to our 375 degree Fahrenheit oven, where they're going to need to bake for about 20 to 22 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean or with a few moist crumbs. Do not overbake these muffins or they will be dry and they will be crumbly and you're going to be really disappointed. You'll want to let the muffins cool for about 20 minutes before you dig in. So once your muffins have cooled, or at least once until they've cooled enough that you can touch them without burning yourself, you can go ahead and dig in. That is how easy it is to make these chocolate chip peanut butter muffins. If you try them at home, I would love to know what you think. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Okay, this one's still pretty warm, but it's good.